Downtowns are the heart of a community, and that's certainly the case here in Hillsboro. We have a great economy, we have meaningful connections that are all a part of this area. And in Hillsboro, we're fortunate to have three distinct parts to our downtown. One is Main Street and the avenues. The other is 10th Street and Calle Diez, and also M&M Marketplace, which is just to the west of us. Each of these areas offer something unique and different, whether it's cultural, whether it is the shopping or the architectural offerings of the areas. But what they all have in common is community pride, as well as creative entrepreneurs who are here to not only provide services, but to fulfill their own dreams for their business. I'm Steve Callaway, Hillsboro Mayor, and today on Community Conversations, we're talking about downtown Hillsboro. And I'm joined with three amazing people. We have Nick Whitcomb, who is the producing artistic director for Bag&Baggage. We have EJ Payne, who is the executive director for the Hillsboro Downtown Partnership, and Jaime Miranda, who is the founder and owner of M&M Markets. So thank you all for being here. And we're here up high, on higher ground, on the patio, the rooftop patio of High Ground, and a new addition to downtown and a great addition to our downtown area. And so as we start, I would love to know from you, what all do you think about with downtown and just partly with this downtown rooftop patio?
I love being on the rooftop patio, so I think this is a great addition to downtown. When I came and I toured here before I started here about 2 years ago, I was like, there should be people down here all the time. This corridor is so cool. The 10th Avenue is so cool. Like, there's all these amazing things to see in this space. And so I am very happy to see these new businesses popping up and opening, and it's great for business and also great for community building.
Great, thanks, EJ.
I'm really proud of everything that's happening downtown and where we've come from and where we are. And I just see like rooftop patios like this are just show all the opportunity that still lies ahead of us.
Nice.
I gotta say, it's a great view. This is my first time up here, but it is wonderful. To me, it just represents the growth that Hillsboro is having. And after everything that we've been going through, our community is healthy and businesses are thriving.
And it's noteworthy that this is the only rooftop patio between downtown Portland and the coast. Mm-hmm. So it is a really special place to come and gather.
Although I think we might have to add it to Jaime's wish list for M&M.
yes, absolutely. I think you'd get 4 votes for that to happen right here. So tell us about your connection to downtown Hillsboro and how you're working to make downtown a community destination.
So I've lived in downtown Hillsboro for 20 years now, and it's the best place. I grew up, in that next town over. And in my job, everything I do is about making downtown a better place through cleanups and beautification, through connecting partners for collaboration, and then also through just activation, whether it's our own organization, Hillsboro Downtown Partnership, doing that activation in small increments of like a ladies' night or in giant increments of Halloween on trick-or-treating on Main Street. I think that there's so many opportunities for people to come downtown and be involved. That's what I really want to keep going and why I'm proud of.
Nice.
Well, M&M, we have been working with many entrepreneurs, giving the opportunity for people to start their business. Also, providing a good place for people to bring their traditions, culture, and through the arts, being able to connect with the community. So our main goal has been to unify and bring community together regardless of their backgrounds in Hillsboro, and that they feel welcome.
Mm-hmm. Bag&Baggage has been entertaining communities for 20 years. I'm new to the experience, but it's been so great to watch people come back to the theater after the national crisis that the entertainment industry has had in recovering post-pandemic, and seeing the community be so hungry for storytelling, but also having different events for dance and music and film festivals and all sorts of other things. So we've really found exciting and diverse ways to bring the community together through storytelling and conversation in this last season, and I hope to keep doing it.
And you mentioned how Bag&Baggage, which is the only professional theater west of Portland, and how you are branching out and giving more reasons for people to come to Bag and Baggage, more reasons and opportunities for people to come downtown. And we see that, over and over again. And I think about what we've been through in the last few years, whether it's been the arcade, the Wheel Arcade fire a year and a half ago, or the pandemic and how everything shut down. We are seeing people, return in ways really more than we have before. And that's due to so much of the creativity, which you're seeing. And so what stands out to you about how the businesses and people in downtown Hillsboro have moved forward in the last few years?
Well, I'll take that one. One of the things that I've seen is we've gone through a lot of harsh times as businesses and the community overall through the pandemic. But I am very proud to say that the community in Hillsboro is very resilient. Many businesses were closing down, but many more were trying to take the opportunity to start up. And we are moving forward in a positive direction.
Nice.
Yeah, I think, I got here after the pandemic and after the fire. And so I'm actually amazed at how incredible the community of Hillsboro has been at recovering and supporting each other in that recovery. It seems like every day there's something new happening in Hillsboro. There's a new event, there's a new initiative, there's a new business opening, there's a new rooftop bar. So many things happening, and that's not happening everywhere else in the country or even in the state. And so I think it's really something that I celebrate every day, and I try to make sure whenever I get the chance to tell people how lucky they are or to live in Hillsboro, I really do say it.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think, I want to make sure that people come and try Hillsboro out again. Like, I think that, a lot of people still remember the old downtown before the Civic Center was built, before the revitalization really began, and they need to come give it a second chance. They're going to be amazed. The people I talk to that say, I haven't been down there in 10 years, they're like, this is like a new and better place, and we'll definitely be coming back.
So what specifically then, EJ, would you say to folks? What do they need to know?
They need to know that you can get here on the Max. It's super easy. It ends you can drop off it on 10th Avenue. You can come all the way to historic downtown, and it's just a less than 10-minute walk over to M&M from the end of the Max line. And that we're open. We're open more hours than ever before. We're open Sundays, we're open evenings. There's things happening all the time. I think we've had Bag and Baggage. It's been really great to have those plays. But now when you come out of Bag and Baggage, there's still stuff to do. You don't have to go home to have a drink or dessert. You can still hang out and play games and socialize in places like this.
Well, and I was also going to say, what was really exciting is, every first Tuesday is Tuesday Night Art Walk, which, people come from everywhere to come and experience that. And I was walking down the street and, we were doing rehearsal for a play down the street, but to walk down the street and hear a harpsichord in one place and square dancing in another place and see that music was happening all up and down the street, and the businesses that the insurance company, like things that have nothing to do with the arts. So, being in downtown and supporting the art happening at M&M Marketplace and everything, as well as, there's so much vibrancy. It's just really exciting.
Yeah. And we're working really hard with all of our partners and all the businesses that are doing their own work to activate downtown, to build out our Downtown Hillsboro calendar. So it's a great place to check and see what's happening this weekend or what's happening tonight, because between music at Pizza Rio, there's something happening every night of the week down here. So you'll never be disappointed.
And definitely there's more businesses now opening, which really, it creates a different environment. So for people to come and check it out.
Yeah. Post-pandemic, I was part of a national survey of mayors, and they asked, how's your downtown doing? Is it worse off? Is it struggling? Is it the same as it was before, or is it thriving? And I was one of the few mayors who was able to say, our downtown is thriving. And it just is exciting, to step out of Civic Center at any time and to see the people, to see the activities, and to hear the things that are happening, as you mentioned as well.
And Steve, I think that really the fire was so amazing how the community came together, but not just that, the community and the city coming together around M&M and helping build the events like El Sol out there so it can be more activated, and all the work we're doing on 10th Avenue to bring the businesses together. It's more than just concerts at Shoot Park now. There's stuff happening all throughout that business and cultural district.
Well, and thank you for mentioning El Sol. Because there's a lot of activities and events that bring people, into our downtown area. We have La Strada de Pastelli. We have our farmers markets, which are, Saturdays and Tuesday nights. The El Sol. We have outdoor theater. We have one-time things like our 4th of July parade, which again brings thousands and thousands of people down. How are your organizations helping to create and foster and support that 18-hour a day, activity and district? And Jaime, can we start with you for that one?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that are happening is just more businesses are opening later hours. We are having, lots of venues for food, entertainment, but also the arts. We have beautiful murals on 10th Street downtown at M&M Marketplace. And all of those came after the pandemic. So there has been a lot of work. We were ready to start and we're working hard. And I think we're having a really good positive vibe in the community. So those are some of the things I've seen.
Great.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the newest murals out at M&M, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of activities going on. I think that, if people have more ideas and I think we've filled summer pretty well. Like if you have more ideas outside of the summer season of ways that you would like to see businesses engage with the community or our organizations engage with the community, come and tell us. We're all open for ideas, especially if you want to be the one that moves it forward. We can just be your support system. But downtown is really an incubator of ideas and creativity. So we want to our organization wants to really make sure that those opportunities are there for everyone in our community, whether it's entrepreneurial or you want to do a March event of some sort. We'll help make it happen.
Yeah, well, and it's, one of my board members, when they were interviewing to be on the board, brought up the idea of a film festival. And that idea is what sprouted the film festival that we did in May, that we'll do again next May, and hopefully through all the Mays forever and ever. But that's one event that I'm super excited about, that hopefully will be an event that brings not only the community of Hillsboro together, but folks from all over, the West Coast or the country to see their work here and really to engage in what's happening here in downtown Hillsboro. So that's one thing we're doing. And then also just diversifying and partnering with folks, figuring out how we can connect with each other and continue to support all the work that we're doing to really tell the story of downtown and get people moving in all the different ways.
That's great. One of the things coming out of the pandemic is people are concerned about safety. Okay, and sometimes our perception is our reality. And so what are we doing, to make sure that we're changing that perception of all of our downtowns, and specifically Hillsboro, which has always been a very safe downtown. But when people apply their concerns about another downtown area, to where they live, what are we doing, to address safety, cleanliness, those kinds of things?
That this is on my mind every day.
Every day.
I live down here. I work down here. Our organization is doing a lot to make sure it's clean, because the first perception of safety is having that cleanliness. So with contracts with the city and partnerships with other organizations, we're doing tidy up projects. We're helping take care of the landscape. We're making sure that if something happens like graffiti or something like that we're addressing it as soon as possible, because we want to make sure that the people that would do that know that it's not welcome here and they're not going to get any benefit from it. But then what these gentlemen are doing, this activation of downtown, bringing people down on a Friday night or the weekend, and having that activity all around is really, really helpful, because the more people that are here doing the good things, the things we want people doing, the less likely someone's going to get away or even be tempted to do the bad things. So I think, what's happening at these places and throughout downtown is really helping.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Keeping that first image is important. Also encouraging the businesses. More businesses are opening late. More activities are happening. So the more the community comes and participates, the safer they feel with family and friends to come and just hang out and enjoy some food or dance or, a performance.
And, really the investment in community. We all, see each other around. We all work and we live and play here. And so knowing that we do know each other, there is a sense of safety in the connection that we have to each other. And then also, the Hillsboro Downtown Partnership has monthly forums where, in one of the first ones that I was in, we were talking about community safety and really, discussing how can we actually collaborate with the Hillsboro Police and who is the team that's supposed to come down here and work with us. So even, that level of connection is super, that's something, I've lived in New York, Chicago, I've lived across the country, and it's very rare to be able to have that conversation. Then the next week or next month, have the police force come and talk to you and be like, oh, we do have a plan. Here's the crisis intervention team. This is what it looks like. And so that's really special too.
And, you mentioned then the collaboration among partnerships, and certainly you all collaborate very closely. What are some of the other collaborations and partnerships, that you all enjoy?
Oh yeah. Well, I would say that the businesses in downtown have really showed up for Bag&Baggage this year, and always have. But the popcorn that we got for the film festival was from Hillsboro Bar and Grill. Blue Ox moved in and gave us something for our raffle within 2 weeks. We had a partnership with Skywater for like a VIP exclusive thing for some members. So just finding ways to collaborate in purchasing wine from Danu, like exciting ways to collaborate and feature folks and get them to come and play with us in our space has been really exciting, and brought very diverse folks in the space too, because then they want to bring their friends to see what they're involved in as well.
Great.
I think with the Cultural Arts District encompassing 10th Avenue and Calle Diez, and the city's really supportive of that, it's been really fun to make more connections with the businesses and the residents around 10th Avenue. And I think they're coming forward now with ideas to have events to activate that district of downtown so that it can have more connections to the community, more people there, more safety involved with that. But I love the fact that people see the opportunity in one partnership, and then they come forward with their own idea of how to partner. And as a nonprofit, we've had several people this year come forward with, we'd like to help you raise money for your nonprofit, which has been amazing. Like, we never expected that in the past.
Nice.
And for us, in the last 23 years that we've been in the market, we had many collaborations, and one of them that we're very proud of is the Frida Kahlo project that we had with the Tuesday Market to bring artists from Latin America and the general community to participate. We had about 10 artists, and they were doing the art here at the Tuesday Market. And now we're displaying the art at M&M Marketplace. But the whole concept was, how do we bring the community together? Which is, a great project. We talk about diversity in the city, and our market has been that hub for diversity. And that's what we want people to come together and feel comfortable. That was one of them. The other one has been the Downtown Partnership. We are doing the cleanup once a month on that area, but not only right there at the market, which is one of the things that we value, just we heard earlier, that first image is very important. But when I talked to her, it's like, we could do this all the way to 10th Street. We're doing this downtown. And so we're really working on creating a good image for the whole community and businesses and neighbors around where businesses are. So those are just two good examples that we're having.
You guys have kind of talked about the 18-hour district, and when we moved here 30 years ago, it was really an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 downtown is the county seat, and the shopping and the restaurants were pretty much catered towards the workday. And now it's 18 hours, and you've mentioned some like Blue Ox, and you can come down for Bag&Baggage, but then instead of come and go, you come and stay, you come and do. You can come, and then, enjoy the theater, enjoy the music, and then go out to dinner, or go to Blue Ox, or Arcade 2084, or go shopping, or just enjoy the incredible murals that we have at M&M in downtown on multiple streets and locations, all the way down to 10th Avenue. So there, and it's very walkable, and it is safe. And so it's just great to get out and enjoy it in a way that we weren't able to.
Live. I think
Yes.
we have
Yeah.
we have more than 400 units coming on in downtown of apartments and senior living, and so there's lots more opportunities that'll keep building our community and support our small businesses.
So then, with all these folks moving into the apartments and all the people watching this, and how can we as a community help support your efforts, the city's efforts in downtown?
Be a part of the strategic expansion. I think it's really smart the way that Hillsboro is taking advantage of the space and utilizing all the resources and the community partners and the 2035 action plan and all these things to really identify what is it that the community wants and how can we make it happen in a sustainable way. And I think, taking part in it, showing the city that it's working, showing the businesses that you like what they're doing, coming to the events, buying a season subscription for Bag&Baggage, all those things, and Heart, and stages,
yes.
all those things will, and the Walters, all those things will help make sure that people are really engaging in the work that we're doing consistently and being a part of it to make sure that we can keep on pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that if anyone wants to volunteer or contribute their time as an individual, with your coworkers, with your sports team, come to us. We'd love to match you up with our organization and some of the work we're doing, or one of the other organizations in downtown. Everyone can contribute at that level with their time, and it is so valuable to us to be able to leverage the work that we're doing and know that there's other people that are taking it a step further. So if you can give your time, that would be amazing. And it also really is fun and makes you even prouder of what our downtown is.
Yeah.
So I agree. I believe just ask people to come out and participate, volunteer, just visit your business, local businesses, be supportive. And if you want to do more than that, look for a partnership, look for someone to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if there's something you're surprised about, share it with your friends on social media. I think every time I'm in M&M Market or Pisano's Plaza, I see something that surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this was available in downtown, whether it's a service or a product. So make sure you share that, or bring a friend along to a play.
Bring a friend. Yeah.
Well, and when I think about how the impact of our dollars when they're spent locally is huge, and it turns over multiple times. And you mentioned 2020 and 2035. Our vision and action plans of what did we want Hillsboro to look like by the year 2020 and now 2035. And having a vibrant downtown has always been a priority, and here it is. I remember when, with the 2020 vision and action plan 20 years ago, people said, we want a bakery in downtown because we didn't have one. And now we have multiple bakeries.
And
in
one
downtown.
for dogs.
Yes, and Pumpernickel, which has treats for dogs. And so, and now that they're here, we need to support them, because it's much easier to keep something than it is to get it back.
Absolutely.
And so being able to support our neighbors, our local, dreamers and believers and hard workers, by investing our dollars just by having a good time. And, instead of sitting on your back patio with friends, come down and sit on the rooftop patio. Come down to one of our parks, enjoy the splash pads, whether it's downtown or other parts, of downtown where we have them. There's just so many different ways to support. And just sometimes, again, having the numbers sends a very strong message as well. So I hit on a few things about, maintaining the momentum. Anything you'd like to add?
It's just leaning into how special Hillsboro really is. It's a really cool place where people want you to be able to be safe and have fun and connect with each other and just take advantage of all the activities. I say that, June in Hillsboro is very busy, but really every month in Hillsboro is very busy. There's something happening all the time. So check out the city calendar, check out the Tualatin Valley Creates calendar, see what's happening at M&M Marketplace. There's so much happening all the time, and you just take advantage of it and show up.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I think show up. That's it, right? Come down, show up, show your support for the businesses that are down here, for the activities that are happening. Really come down and be part of that. Downtown is the incubator for our community when it comes to creativity and entrepreneurialism.
Mm-hmm.
So come down, find one of us. We'll help connect you and make your dreams come true. I don't know, Jaime does that.
Well, yeah, definitely show up and bring a friend, right? Bring somebody with you. You just come to know your neighbors. You know, there are different businesses, different organizations, and just be willing to explore a little bit. Continue the growth in the area. It's going to be based up on the participation of everybody.
You know, you mentioned Jaime helping dreams come true, and you know some of the vendors that you have at M&M Marketplace now have restaurants around the area or multiple locations, you know, of their shops that have grown out of, you know, M&M Market. And so again, you really do, all of you, make people's dreams come true. So thank you, you know, for doing that. And you know, one other way, and we, you know, is that we have that great downtown map, you know, which has like 60, 70, you know, different eating and drinking establishments. And that was in our community, you know, our City Views, the community newspaper that came out. And we have them around downtown and our libraries. So, you know, we need to make sure people have that in hand and treat that like a bingo card, you know, where they're trying to go around and get every single place, you know, checked off, because there is good food, good shopping, good activities. You know,
I think we're going to have to figure out some fitness programs too to go with all that dining out. So it's really a great walkable community.
Yeah,
there we go.
it
So
is.
walk to the restaurants.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We did it.
You know, thank you all, you know, for, you know, visiting today. But thank you for your passion for downtown. You know, you've been here less than 2 years. You've been here 20, 30. Each of you plays a significant role, as do those who shop and run the businesses. So thank you for all of your passion and investment in Hillsboro. And thanks to you for watching us today on Community Conversations. We look forward to seeing you in downtown Hillsboro, you know, enjoying the shopping and all of the events and activities that we have along with our food. Take care, and we'll see you next time on Community Conversations.